Okay, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Yeah, today I have a guest speaker for the first 15 minutes or so, and here's Ali Robinson, and she completed this course last semester, and I think she enjoyed it hopefully thoroughly, I guess. And yeah, what she created is my life as a book is inspiring. Also, their project is noteworthy. So I wanted to share what she and her team worked on with you because your midterm submission is about my life as a book. I think this can give you some good ideas about what's expected of you, and also it can hopefully it can inspire your project work, and we'll see. And after that, today's session will be about visioning, dreaming, and so on. So there will be a guide imagery activity which will allow you to imagine your future moments based on narration. um, and then you will have an activity called creating a dream list, and there will be a template that you will be following. So I want you to download the template after all this session. So that's roughly the game plan for today's session. And let's welcome Ali with big hands. Yeah, give our hands. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Ollie, and I was here last semester. I thoroughly enjoyed this class. Introduction to me, who am I? My name is Ollie. My last name is Robinson. My major is an electrical engineering student. I'm actually a rising senior for that. So I've made it this far. I'll probably finish for it too. But I've done a lot of different things over my life. I've worked on a farm, on a horse farm in Kansas. I've published a few novels for royalty income. I do digital art. I have a TikTok content creation. I make TikTok content, of which I'm actually don't really do that right now. But I have like 25K followers. And I do game programming just for fun. I made a Sims 4 mod. I don't even want to talk about it. It was a lot of work. I took this class last semester, and it completely changed how I approach my goals. My experience. So as a student in a technical major, it can be super easy to write off a non-tech class because you're thinking to yourself, oh, it's not related to my major. It's common sense stuff, like who really needs to learn how to plan their life? And you think of all the work as busy work. I know for a fact that I actually spent more effort in this class than I did in my engineering classes, which perhaps was by design. But I approached this class not from the perspective of a technical student, even though that's something that I do. I approach it from the perspective of a polymath, which is defined as someone who is they have a wide range of knowledge and skills. Not as just an electrical engineering student, because you're going to be lots of things over your lives, and you probably don't want to be defined by just one. So my experience with this class, just like in general, before we go over my assignments, is a big surprise for me was that change is incremental. You can't really expect a big change to come from even 3 months of consistent change. You're looking at a lifetime of changes, and all of them are going to roll up and add together. The most important thing I got from this class was the framework for enacting change on my life and recognizing that change as a positive force to keep me going. Challenges. Self-awareness is crucial, which engineering students don't really often have a lot of that. So I'd say that was pretty important as a technical student to learn in this class. But just like self-awareness and being able to criticize yourself is really important, so is optimism. It's really important to know when to be like brutal on yourself and know when to be kind to yourself. Because, I mean, when someone else yells at you that you're doing a terrible job, it doesn't really make you want to do any better. So you telling yourself that you're terrible and you're doing a terrible job probably isn't going to help either. So you want to look at yourself with the intention of doing better, not just doing better productivity wise, but also doing better mentally. Are you in a good place? Are you happy? Do you feel fulfilled in all of your life domains? You have to identify what doing better means to you. It's not just going to be productivity. It's not just going to be, ooh, I got the internship. It's going to be just an amalgamation of things. For me, what finally clicked is learning that it's all about perspective. You can do this class just as is. As an example, you can do this class, just like coast through it, or you can take it and try to apply those things to your own life and learn something from it. This information, like, it's only important to if you make it important to you. You have to find a way to apply it to yourself in a way that actually helps you, because you're an individual person, and you have to be your own agent. Only you can motivate yourself. I know, classic productivity advice. This is a look at my Life as a Book assignment. It's in PDF form, so that's really good. So I'm just gonna, oh, you can't see it. There. This is my assignment for the My Life as a Book assignment, which for me was very important as someone who is an aspiring polymath and wants to be good at a lot of things and wants to touch on a lot of different domains in my life. This assignment was very critical for me to understand what exactly I wanted my life to look like and how exactly I was going to get there. So just overall, it's really important to think of not just the one career you're going to college for, but all the things that may satisfy you over the course of your life. It's okay if it's dumb. Honestly, you're gonna feel stupid. You're gonna feel like all your ideas are stupid. And because you're only at hopefully 25% of your life, that makes sense. Just let yourself be creative. Let yourself reach for something. Don't just reach for what you think is expected of you. And that's really important for this assignment because you're going to be looking at what you want your life in the future to look like. So as you can see, the picture's very helpful. For me, setting apart my ages and then setting key events in each age group was really important for both the past and the future. For me, because I have so many things I want to focus on, there's a little bit of realism involved. I had to be like, okay, this is what I actually have time to focus on. But I didn't, hold myself back too far with, I'm graduating as an electrical engineer. I'm going to only do that the rest of my life. Because there's more to life than even just work. But even in work, you may have different pathways. So, don't be afraid to talk about yourself a little bit. I know it's kind of embarrassing to say that I was emo in high school, but you have to own all the parts of yourself to be honest to yourself and to do this assignment in a way that helps you the most. Onward. This is stuff that's all pretty true. This is when I started to transition into perspective futures, like what I wanted my future to look like. My birthday was yesterday, so I'm no longer 22, but this is what I would want to have done when I was 22. I did some of it. I had already done some of it. Some of it I was doing, and then some of it I got to, some of it I didn't get to. And forward like that, as you do this assignment, you're going to look at the domains that are most important for you during those time periods, and then actually craft an image of what it looks like for you. For me, there's family, there's engineering, there's horses, because I do that. There's art, because that's a huge part of my life that I want to include in my future. And onwards, just like that, you're going to do an assignment, or you've already done an assignment about how your domains and roles may shift and evolve over time. That's really good to reference for this. And again, like, all this stuff is mostly a self-reflection assignment. It's easy to talk about yourself in a way that's very simple and talk about what might be expected of you, but it's not going to do you any good. If you're going to spend the time to do an assignment, you might as well do the assignment properly and get the tuition out of it. So really, actually thinking about who you are, what you want, and developing your own self-understanding is a big part of this assignment. I mean, all of that happens. All of that is just the common thread for my project. And when you do your reflections, that's what it's going to look like. I'll quickly go through my team project, and then I'll close up and I'll be done. But as far as the action plan, like I said in my assignment, the most important thing is that it exists and that it's something that you can work towards. Realistic goal setting is a really important part of this class, but it's also just a really important part of getting anywhere in general. So definitely consider reflection to be a key part of the midterm assignment. And I'm going to quickly go over my team project, which was a pretty good one. It's pretty fun. This was my assignment. Our team project was actually a zine. Because the assignment was so open-ended, I decided that I wanted to do something that was creative, because I do engineering stuff all the time. I do numbers, I do forms, whatever. I wanted to do something creative, and I think that this is really important to know that you can do something. For example, you can do the assignment with its, rules and rubric and everything, but still pursue something personal to you. And that can be really important in your self-development. Because we did a creative zine about your identity and reflecting on who you are, everyone in my group learned a lot about themselves and about, what they wanted to contribute to the world. When we first made our group, it was the same as any other group. It's a team assignment in a gen ed course. Not everyone's super motivated, but all it takes is, one person or one idea to spark everyone's passion. Everyone, as corny as it sounds, everyone has, an excitement in them just waiting to get out. So I think it's really important to just, I keep saying this, but just don't be super shy or think that it's really dumb to be into something or be excited about something. Who knows? You might do an assignment like this and find out something that changes how you want to approach your life. That's the whole point. So we had photography. We had people in the group. Someone did photography and went out and photographed and went with us when we did interviews. Someone did interviews for sports and having them talk about what that means to them. We had a table where people on the street made confessions, anonymous confessions to us about what motivates them and what their biggest fears are. I think someone said the dorm burning down was one of their biggest fears, which makes sense. And what piece of advice you give to past you. Everyone's an individual, and what they have to contribute and what they want to talk about is all going to be individual, and it's all super interesting. So these were all random students, just like I mean, you guys in this room, and we were interested in what they had to say. We also did an interview of an up-and-coming artist with photography, which was really exciting because we actually talked to the venue owner and directly to the venue owner and got invited to host events at the pub, which was a connection I never would have made otherwise, and a connection in the creative space that is really valuable here in State College. So again, that person didn't know anything about this class, but because we went out and we put ourselves out there and we did something that we thought might be stupid, we actually got something out of it. For our time, we got something out of it. And I think just embracing that random variable is, just brings a lot to your life in terms of value there. And it was just a really wonderful experience. Our group got really close. We created something that was really cool. We all got to talk about something we were interested about. I had no interest in sports. Someone still did a sports column. So I did a fashion column. I also wrote an article that actually really helped me to understand myself and what I want out of life in general and out of all these things I put effort towards. So this is just an example of a project that we did that fulfilled the class requirements, but also fulfilled us in some way. And it led to, everyone in the project created something they were proud of, which is really meaningful. So finally, I went through that. Finally, my final advice for taking this course and doing the assignments is to use this class, use this time that you have free to actually learn about yourself and explore your interests. Maybe you were into like a sport or something in high school and you don't do it now, but you still call yourself like a basketball player. Why? Find out what you like now, what you want to do now. Don't think about what you should do or what's expected of you. Think about what would actually bring you joy when you make your life plan. And my second piece of advice is to take action today. You don't need a degree or an audience to make a plan. You don't need a degree or an audience to get a camera and go talk to someone at a venue. You don't need a degree or an audience to do basically anything except for maybe engineering, and even that's up in the air. So as a final takeaway, reflect. Reflection is super important. Use the class as a chance to do that. That's it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ali. Any questions to Ali? Okay, thanks so much. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Starting today, we will move on to the future. Like till last week, we were into like crystallizing yourself. Okay? So you identify your mission statement and identify your important roles that you play, and describe your commitment to each of the roles. So that's what that's what you've done so far. Now, as I shared with you, we are extending yourself, or you are extending yourself to the future. So that's what we will be doing. So everyone remembers your mission statement, right? And hopefully some core values as well. And you've explored the different life goals. Now it's time to think about the future possibilities based on your identity and project yourself to the future. So that's what we will do this week. And you will finalize My Life as a Book, which is in a story format as part of your midterm. So the submission due is already, I think, next Tuesday, right? So if you haven't started my life as a book assignment, please do so because it can take time, especially if you are serious about your life. And so in many cases, this opportunity doesn't come easy because as I noticed that many of you are working on some other stuff, like listening to me, but you are still working on something else. Some of you. So, but if you can give a full attention to the assignment, at least my life as a book assignment, that can make some important difference in your life. All right. So please take the opportunity to be serious about your future. So, so as a warm up, I want us to do something called the guided imagery. So let's see. I will read directions to you. So if you open the laptop, please close those, and maybe put those into your bag, or because I want you to be very free, so nothing bothering you or. All right. Okay, maybe I should sit down. Can you dim the light a bit? But don't sleep. All right. So it will take maybe about 15 minutes or so. Oh, so slightly here. Is this here? Okay. Yeah. Maybe this one. Okay, better, right? Okay. Yeah, maybe 20 minutes or so. Okay, let's see. Now we are going to take a journey into the future together. This time is entirely for you, and a time to envision a future that is both realistic and hopeful. So now, settle into a comfortable position and close your eyes. Everyone, please follow, including you guys. Sit comfortably with your back against the chair. Place both feet flat on the floor. Rest your hands naturally on your knees or thighs. Take a deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Once more, breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. On this third breath, as you exhale, feel the tension releasing from your body. Notice yourself in this moment, your present self. Think about today's date, your current age, your year in college, your major, or intended field of study, where you're living, dorm, apartment, or home, your current relationships, roommates, friends, family, your academic standing, your part time job, if you have one, your financial situation. Recall what you did first thing this morning when you woke up. How did you feel walking to your first class today? What was the most meaningful conversation you recently had with a friend or classmate? Think about your biggest concern or challenge right now. What academic challenges are you facing? What worries do you have about relationships? Are there concerns about your health or wellness? What are your financial goals and what difficulties are you experiencing? What uncertainties do you have about your future career or path? How do you hope these concerns will have evolved 5 years from now? Will they be resolved or will they have transformed into something else? With your eyes still closed, think back to yourself 3 to 5 years ago. Some of you were in high school, maybe in your sophomore or junior year. Others were seniors preparing for college. Where were you then? What were you dreaming about? What worried you? Remember your life back then. Where did you live? Who were your closest friends? What classes were you taking? Were you stressing about college applications, playing a sport, working a part time job? What consumes your thoughts after school? What was your biggest concern then? Getting into college, figuring out your major, a specific relationship, family situation? When you imagine the future, your college self, what did you think your life would be like? What changes occurred that you never anticipated? Which plans came true and which ones did you have to adjust? What insight would have been helpful if you had known it back then? From your journey over the last few years, what achievement or personal growth are you most proud of? Getting into college, becoming more independent, overcoming a challenge, discovering something new about yourself? Now we'll use the 478 breathing technique to prepare for your journey into the future. This breath is a doorway, moving us from limited thinking into a space of possibility. Follow along slowly as I guide you. Breathe in through the nose for 4 seconds while expanding your belly, becoming aware of this present moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 7 seconds, feeling the transition from present to the future. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slowly breathe out through your nose for 8 seconds while flattening your belly, contemplating the possibility of change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do this breathing pattern once more. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One last time. As you breathe in, feel growth. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you hold, feel transformation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As you breathe out, feel liberation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Recognize that your youth and potential are not limitations but assets. 5 years have passed. You are slowly waking up on a morning in that future. You are 5 years older than you are now. You've graduated from college. Let's imagine an ordinary day. It's a morning routine. Feel the space where you are opening your eyes. Is it an apartment? A house you share with roommates? Or your own place? Look through the window at the view. Do you see a city skyline, a suburban neighborhood, maybe a view of nature? What sound do you hear? Are you living alone or with someone? As you get out of bed, focus on how your body feels. Does it feel lighter than 5 years ago, or have other changes occurred? What's the first object that catches your eye in your bedroom? A framed degree on the wall, photos with friends or loved ones, books related to your profession, exercise equipment. What's the first thing you do after waking up? What does your bathroom look like? Imagine your morning routine as you prepare for the day. Do you eat breakfast before heading to work? If so, how do you prepare it? What were you wearing today as you head to work? If someone is with you, what conversations are you having? Or what are you thinking to yourself? Now you've finished your morning routine and you're heading to work. Where are you going? An office downtown, an hospital, school, or studio? Are you working from home? Maybe you are heading to graduate school or perhaps your own startup or business. What scenery do you see on your commute? What transport what transportation are you using? What sounds do you hear along the way? You've arrived at your workplace. What does the building look like? What does the surrounding environment feel? How do you greet colleagues you encounter? What's your job title and role? How have you grown compared to now? What path did you take to get to this position? Did you go to graduate school, start an entry level position and work your way up, launch your own venture? You enter your workplace. What does your area look like? If it's an office, what items are on your desk? If it's an external work site, what does it look like? What's the atmosphere like? Imagine the first thing you do in your workplace. Are you checking your schedule over coffee, reviewing project updates? What's the most important meeting or task today? What project are you working on? What does this work mean to you? How does it connect to what you studied in college? Now it's lunchtime. Where are you eating? Who are you with? What are you talking about? Are these friendships from college or new connections or colleagues? How does your afternoon work unfold? What work gets you most absorbed? What feels most satisfying? What are your relationships with your colleagues or team members? How do you communicate with each other? What's the working atmosphere like? If you encounter a problem, what kind of problem is it and how do you solve it? The workday is ending and it's time to leave. You reflect on the day. What did you accomplish today? What are you planning for tomorrow? Take your time to summarize or recall what you've done today. Now you're leaving work. Are you heading straight home or are you stopping somewhere else? What activity after work are you most looking forward to? How are you spending your evening? If you're spending time with friends, family, or partner, what are you doing? How have your hobbies or personal development activities evolved? Are you training for a marathon, taking an art class, volunteering, learning a new language? As you finish your day, what's the source of the sense of accomplishment or satisfaction you feel? In this daily life, 5 years from now, think of three elements that have changed most positively compared to now. Now, time moves forward even more. 10 years from the present, you are 10 years older than you are now. And it's afternoon, and you have the leisure to reflect on your life. Physical well being. Feel your body condition. What's the biggest change that 10 years of health management has brought? How are your energy levels? How do you manage fatigue? How has your weekly exercise routine evolved? Are you doing yoga 3 times a week? Training for triathlons? Playing in a recreational sport league? Hiking regularly with friends or family? How are your eating patterns and nutrition management? What foods do you enjoy more now? What do your annual health checkups show? How have the numbers you used to worry about changed? Relationships and belonging. Draw a map of your relationships in your mind. How have your family relationships evolved? If you have a partner or children, what are they? Where are they? And what are they doing? How has your relationship with your parents developed? What conversations are you having with them now? How are your long term friendships being maintained? Which college friends are still in your life? What new memories have you created together? Who are the important new connections you've formed? What meaning have they brought to your life? What communities or groups do you belong to? What's your role there? Are you mentoring younger professionals or students? Financial stability. Look at your financial situation. How has your housing situation changed? Have you bought a home? Are you still renting but in a better place? Do you have investment properties? Are your student loans paid off? How did you manage that? How are your retirement preparations progressing? How are you envisioning life in your later years? How have your monthly income and spending patterns changed? What expenses have increased and which have decreased? What's your proudest financial achievement? What financial goals still remain? Purpose and meaning. Explore the deeper aspects of life. What is the purpose you are pursuing? What values guide your decisions? How have your values evolved over the past 10 years? What's the most meaningful achievement you've accomplished in the past 10 years? How are you contributing to others' lives? How are you sharing your knowledge and experience? Are you teaching, mentoring, creating something that helps others? What new vision do you want to achieve in the next 10 years? How will you adapt to these changes and strengthen relationships? Envision specific strategies for communication, dialogue, and time investment. We are almost done. Now, take a deep breath in, and as you slowly exhale, fully return to the present moment. Gently move your fingers and toes. Slowly, at a comfortable pace, before opening your eyes, imprint the insights and plans from this journey in your heart. The future you imagined is not just a dream, but a blueprint for the reality you will create. Today's small decisions and tomorrow's small actions will shape who you are in 5, 10 years. Now, slowly counting, we return to the present. 5, feeling more awake. 4, becoming aware of the sounds around you. 3, feeling the sensations in your hands and feet. 2, feeling the chair beneath you. 1, now open your eyes and fully return to the present moment. Okay, there are some folks who are still sleeping. So, all right. I have 6 questions. So if you can, anyone can answer, please raise your hand. So first question is, if you can share your stories, things that you imagined. So what aspect of your future self was most striking to you? Um, so if you imagine something that was maybe fascinating and and something you wanna share, yeah, what was it? Can anyone share what you imagined? There's microphone. Come
I guess I hoped that I would have developed a certain freedom and individuality that I can, or at least like I'll have the financial and like general like stability to like be able to do what I want to do without, having to answer to the world as much. So like
on.
I imagine coming home from like a long hard day that, it was hard because I made it hard. It's something that I wanted to feel proud of. And then I had someone there who I could just be myself with, and
Mhm.
and then I could express my art. I could play piano or something and then go to bed, and at the end of it just feel like I didn't have to answer to anyone but myself.
Yeah. What was it satisfying thinking about envisioning the future?
It just honestly makes me lights a fire under my ass to, to go and get it,
Yeah.
because it's not so easy to get.
Right. Yeah. To reach the point, but hopefully that probably has become maybe a fuel for your maybe making an effort to reach it. Hopefully, I don't know. Okay, cool. Anyone else want to share? How many of you bought a house in your imagination? Yeah. Okay. How many of you are still renting? Okay. So maybe there probably is a reason that were thinking, but okay. And can anyone share any proudest moment that you've envisioned? Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
I envisioned becoming the social media coordinator for the Eagles as my career, and then I also envisioned completely like gutting and redoing a house that it's like my dream interior and layout.
Cool. Became your sanctuary. Yes. Okay, great. Thank you. Anyone else? If you can share your stories, that would be appreciated.
I really thought about like starting my own successful business and like line of businesses and really just making something out of nothing.
Mhm.
And like, yeah.
So, do you have ideas regarding types of products or services that you provide?
Yeah, arranging. Yeah, I have ideas. A lot of what I do, I want to help people and help people improve themselves. So they all kind of fall along the lines of those like
Cool.
idea.
All right. How many people are you working? Were you working with?
Um, Usually it's just me and some of my like friends who also share like a similar like
Okay.
ideal
So
system.
maybe the startup phase because you
Yeah.
envisioned up to about 10 years.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Cool. Thank you. Okay. And how many of you started a company or business? You started. How many of you were working for a big company like Google, Tesla, and things like that? Okay. Which Do you have some concrete ideas?
Yeah, I mean, I'm studying to be a high school math teacher right now. So
Mm,
the big company I would be working for is kind of like U.S. government frameworks.
I see. Under the government. Okay, cool. And how many of you are doing? How many you were doing some creative work, independent? Yeah, interesting. Can you share? Yeah.
So I am an English major who likes rhetoric. So I envision myself being able to write academic essays and whatever I wanted just on my own time and to hopefully have like a stream of income from it.
Cool. Yeah, great. Have anyone thought about I don't know, did AI or robot come to your future? How many of you had robots or AI in your imagination? Just curious. Okay, you had. Okay. All right. Um, let's see. How many of you were married in your imagination at that time? Okay, raise your hand. Okay. And when you woke up, it was 5 years from now. How many of you were alone? Like, or were you with someone? Most. How many of you? Raise your hand. 5 years from now, you were with someone in the morning when you woke up. Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah. To know. Have you encountered any obstacles in your imagination? And how did you overcome it? If you have imagined any obstacles, or did any aspect make you feel uncomfortable when you imagined your future? Or was there any aspect that was unsettling? So if you, yeah, what were they?
Sorry, I'm stealing the floor, but
Sure.
yeah, I'm a bit scared that I might not be able to do what I need to do. But even though I, just like career wise and like, will at the end of it, will I have the balance, or not? I'm trying to do a double major in material science and engineering and physics, and it's a lot. And am I still gonna have a personality? Am I gonna be able to do what I want to do?
Okay. So that's kind of a assignment that you created, meaning that now your mission is to figure that out, right? How to make that happen while maintaining who you are. Right? So envisioning your future alone will not help you get there. So you need strategies to get there. So that comes later in this semester in this class. So we will get to that after the midterm. So we'll see. Okay, cool. All right, so I think that's enough. There are other questions, but I think you can reflect upon what you've envisioned. And but if you found something that's fascinating, I hope that you can develop those further and try to put those in my life as a book assignment. And you only imagined for the next 10 years, but I want you to imagine your 40s, 50s, and 60s, and 70s, and so on. So that would be very important. Before we get to the dream list activity, Let's see. I want to remind you that about one third of this class is participating in AI-based assistance for completing assignments. But we've noticed that only 20% of those 30% of the students started using the AI tool. So raise your hand if you signed up. It's team 13579. Okay, so for those, please make sure to use the platform, and the good starting point would be from this week's activity, which involves visioning and creating a dream list. And then if you can gradually go back and catch up with the previous ones, that would be great. And TAs will give you reminders regarding the progress. And yeah, AI tools can be helpful. So if you can make or do your best to catch up, that would be very helpful. And because this is a registered research study, following up or keeping up with the AI platform would be very, very important for our research. And but for those ones who actually didn't sign up, so I was thinking whether I should give access to AI for those ones who didn't sign up for the study. Now I'm thinking that using AI tools can actually be very helpful. It helps you to think about your future more concretely. It gives you prompts and so on. And it's not just using a generic ChatGPT or Claude, but it has specific prompts that I want you to experience. So accessing that AI tools can be helpful. So what I'm now thinking is that those ones who didn't sign up, so those are teams 11 through 16, and some of you in team 15 will be are assigned to the AI group. But those ones, I think I can give access, AI tool access to team 11, 12, 13, 14, not 15, 16. So except team 15, you can have access to the AI tool, and I can share the link to the AI tool. So that can be helpful for you to complete the assignments or the My Lab as a book, because it can help you to brainstorm those future stories. But unfortunately, those ones who were assigned to non-AI group, so those teams are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I'm sorry that I cannot give you access. Even if you came to know about the link, don't use the tool. But you are allowed to use other AI tools if needed. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. And after this class, after completing this class, you can access it and catch up. That should be fine. Okay, so go to Canvas and click on week 7. You will see a dream list template, and I want you to jot down some of the ideas that you want to have or what you want to accomplish. There are two slides. One is role-based, another one is wellness domain-based. But because we've been working on roles, please, I will make the second one optional, okay? So again, completing the second one is optional, okay? And complete the first one. So here, how to do it is that, as you recall, one of the most important or the most important role is the role to yourself, right? So the first one would be, I would say, following Stephen Covey, you can use the term sharpen the saw, or you can say myself. Okay, and that has 4 dimensions, or you can say five dimensions if you would like. One is intellectual and social and emotional, physical, spiritual, and if you would like, there you can add financial domain. So that's about yourself. If you look at these well-being domains, those are built in: spiritual, intellectual, physical, and so on. But so if you feel that this structure would be more suitable for you, you can use it maybe as a backup. But I want you to rely on this role-based dream list, and you can have other roles, not necessarily the current roles, but maybe include current roles and future roles. So, for example, if you want to be a CEO, I want you to include the role of a CEO here, and then create items or tasks that you want to accomplish. Yeah, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, and so on. And as a family member, as a son or daughter, or as a you will become a parent if you want to have children. So one of your roles would be a parent, right? And also these days we are lifelong learners, right? So you can use the term student or lifelong learner or learner as one role. Things like you already finished the rules and commitments assignment, but I skimmed through some of those, and I noticed that some only entered maybe 4 roles or so. But my recommendation is to reach maybe up to 7. 5 to 7 would be ideal, because the default roles are, again, um, son or daughter, right? So everyone here is a son or daughter. And also, first of all, sharpen the saw yourself, son or daughter, learner or student, right? And if you want to get married, then a role as a partner or spouse is important. And if you want to have children, a role of a parent becomes important. Then the what's remaining seems to be professional one, right? So it can be an employee or a CEO or team member or leader. And some of you are highly active in community service or church activities. In that case, you can say community member. So just counting some basic ones, there are 7 roles. So think about those. So put down the roles on the left-hand side column, and then start creating items for each segment. So again, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and up to 60s. So this is a brainstorming phase. So this can be helpful for you to, when you create my life as a book assignment, because this is brainstorming and you turn this into stories. Make sense? And if you have hard time thinking about roles, you can take a look at this and see what you are, or what you can take, but not much, because these are about sharpen the saw area, and occupational would be the maybe only one I feel additional here as a role. So this would be an assignment, and this should be submitted along with My Life as a Book. So you will complete My Life as a Book in one PowerPoint file, and this will be an additional slide within the same file. And there are questions that you will need to answer. So those will be additional slides for midterm submission. And midterm, has two parts. One is about my life as a book. Another one is a reflection. But the submission file is one file, but you get 200 points divided between 100. So 100 will go to my life as a book. Another 100 will go to the reflection questions. So reflection is very important. So, and the questions, you can see the questions even now. So you go to midterm submission page on Canvas. One thing that I would like you to put in the preface slide in the midterm. Let me check. Okay, here. Yeah, I put it in yellow, highlighted in yellow. I want you to include your mission statement and 3 to 7 core values that, of your choice. You can review the values activity, and you can pick and choose the most important values for yourself, and a vision statement. So we haven't done that, and if you use AI tool, it guides you about creating a vision statement. So please, those ones who need to access the AI, please use that. But vision statement is a succinct expression that can symbolize your future. Okay, you can attach your future to a year, specific year. So, for example, by year 2045, for example, you will achieve something. It can be a vision, but the vision statement need to be very highly compelling. So, for example, and it can be, if you can make it highly simple, it's easy to remember. Did I share my vision statement with you? So my vision statement, it's very simple. That's a 10 million dreams. So what does that mean? Can you guess? Maybe I shared my mission, right? So my mission is to inspire and promote individuals and organizations to identify and achieve their dreams. So the 10 million dreams vision is about individuals and organizations' dreams. So the magnitude of impact is 10 million. That's symbolic. So I created that vision when South Korea had 40 million people. So now we are talking that South Korea has 50 million or 60 million. But when I created vision, people used to talk about the fact that South Korea has 40 million people. So I was thinking that perhaps maybe I could influence a quarter of South Korean population. So that was 10 million dreams at the time. But because that's big, I was thinking that probably I need to extend or expand it to the world. So now I'm thinking about finding ways to influence the world, not limited to South Korea. Anyway, so the 10 million dreams is my mission statement, and you can create something symbolic for your future. And among the ones that you've envisioned, so you will be envisioning for your My Life as a Book assignment, take one very important piece and you can make it highly symbolic. Right? So that's, yeah, that will be your vision statement. Maybe I can share some, I think I shared some examples just now. Did I or not? here. This is an outcome of a camp program that I ran in Morocco, and I listed their visions, some of their vision statements. So these are some examples. So the vision can be a lifetime goal, or you can attach a certain year to it. So one of the students, let's see. So yeah, consider that these were Moroccan students. Next, Oracle of North Africa. So you know the company Oracle. So yeah, he wanted to create a large company um, that has a huge influence, but from North Africa. And here, Kenja's vision was 10,000 won profitable and socially responsible businesses in Morocco. So she captured the essence of her future in this way. Uh, I have her life book chapters, and in her life book chapters, she was, I think, when she created this, she was junior or senior, and she graduated from college. And in her life book chapters, she has stories of going to China and to complete her master's degree, and then work locally, then work as a consultant internationally, and come back to Morocco and start her own company to fulfill this vision. So what happened was, yeah, she actually went to China, and in her life book chapters, she actually indicated the exact program or institution name. She went there and completed her master's degree and worked in China a bit. And then I think she went to France or somewhere, either Morocco or France. And she worked as a McKinsey consultant. She was a McKinsey consultant, and she quit her job and came back to Morocco and started her own consulting company. So she's working as a consultant right now, working in Morocco and Europe at the same time. So that's her story. And others, as you can see. So try to come up with a highly appealing or attractive vision statement that can motivate you. For me, the 10 million dreams motivates me even now, because it's very difficult to reach, but still it motivates you, and it helps me to think about different ways to get there. So yeah, your vision statement should work as a motivator for you. So think about that. All right. So it's 4:18. So next Thursday, you will have some teamwork sessions, because there are also team assignment submissions for midterm. Right. So we will give you at least 30 to 40 minutes for you to work on team assignment. So please reach out to your team members so that they can be present and get the work done. Right. Thank you, everyone.